Hey everybody, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We're going to add in some black. First, we've got clear wax. I'm going to put clear over the entire project. I'm super happy with the way that the colors have come together. I added in some black liner today and just kind of helped it pop a little bit. I don't know. Can you guys tell a difference? That's the only thing I added since yesterday that you guys did not see. But I have DIY's clear wax, and I'm going to clear coat the whole thing. And then I have my black wax that I'm going to start doing. I'm going to get it out and add a little bit of shading. And I may or may not use my white wax yet. I'm still not sure. Hello, everybody. Hi, my Michelle. Hi, Derek and Lolly and Rohini and Tara and Betty, Heather, Papa Mac and Irene are here. Matthew, are you here?
I am here.
There you are. You are late. He's just now walking in. Carrie Carter, hello. Pam Dudley, I'm glad you're here, guys. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. If you missed this image that I had, it's an artist. I don't even remember who the artist is, but this was my inspiration picture for color, kind of concept style. Obviously, I gave it my own look. Her colors where she did her drips is the colors that I kind of flip-flopped and added into my flowers. So I used all DIY paint, but I tinted my tarnished pearl with these gorgeous mica colors from Counterculture DIY. And like I said, Amy Sadler, she's amazing. She's the one that sent me those, and she has like this $10 crash course on mica and mixing and all of that coming out January 1st. And like I said, it's only a $10 class, but it was fun. I love how it turned out. I love how the copper dried. And I put clear already down along the bottom. So if you notice, it's a lot darker already. I've already put clear over the bohemian blue, but I'm also going to put some black and do some shading and just kind of create a little bit of texture. My goal is to have the flowers come popping off of the buffet. So I'm just going to keep going with my clear. The only place I've added it so far has been along the bottom. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's had a great day.
I am so good.
Are you so good, babe?
I am like so good.
You said like.
Like
you are.
I'm like totally.
No.
Totally good.
I can't stand that. $10 minimum mix. Yep, that's right. Lisa Dixon, how are you, dear? And Brandy and Deanna. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Derek. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm super excited to get the hardware painted with the copper. Just kind of tint it a little bit, make it pop a little, and then get this girl on the staging wall. Now the sides are done, but I do need to do the top. I do need to finish the top. And I'm just going to do the bohemian. I'm going to pull the bohemian up to the top and put a very thin coat of the copper. I'm excited to get some close-ups of this piece. I posted a few last night because I couldn't stand it any longer. I was so excited. But I'm just going to clear coat this right now. And you'll be able to see the difference. I may just clear coat half of it and do the black. That way you don't have to watch me clear coat the whole thing. That would be boring. So we named this Confetti Sunrise. I think is a pretty good, I named it that. You guys, I came up with that name and I asked you for your opinions and man, you guys rocked it. But I just felt pretty confident that I wanted to stick with that name. For those of you that are new here, I have a Creative Connection membership on Facebook. And we open up January 1st. Can you believe it's time, Matt?
What?
I know. We've got to get together and we open up every 3 months for 2 days. But my membership where I teach and coach and do mindset and all of the other things will be opening up January 1st. So we'll have all the information. If you want to get on the waiting list for that, you can do it on my website and I will email you and say, hey girl, hey dude, it's time.
Before you get started on the next section, just stop.
Stop. Why?
Because it's a good contrast.
Oh no, I was going to stop right here.
Oh, you weren't, my bad.
That's why I said I'm going to do half.
My mistake.
That's okay. I'm going to do half with the clear. And then I'll do the black over here too, so you guys can see what it looked like before we even touched it with wax. Now, when you put wax on, it pulls the intensity of the color back out, but it is a little bit wet, so it's going to dry a little bit drier than this. I mean, lighter than this. But for the most part, putting the wax on is one of my favorite parts because it brings that intensity of the color back, because chalk paints, clay-based paints, they dry lighter until you put your top coat on it, which is, for me, it's a wax usually. And like I said, I added the black liner to these flowers to kind of highlight them a little bit. Every piece of artwork usually needs some black and some white in it. I've been trying to have my furniture pieces be artwork for many, many years. But that's what kind of started years ago when I started calling it the ugly phase, or the teenage years, because just like artwork on canvas, it just kind of has to go through a process. It doesn't always spell out in front of you. You just kind of have to work through it. So you can see a big difference down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using my Paint Pixie brush. This is the long stem one. We also have a short stem one that I use too. I use a different brush for clear, a different brush for white, a different brush for the black and the brown. Matthew, is everybody quiet, or is there nobody here?
No, they're just doing their normal thing, kind of talking
Saying
to each
hello?
other, saying hello.
Okay, so that has no wax. This has a wax. I stopped right here in the center.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Gail Seaman, she showed her 5-year-old grandson the magic of changing colors with wax, and he was so excited he waxed the whole top of a piece by himself.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
How old did you say he was, Gail?
5.
He's 5? What a good boy. What a good boy. I wish I could get my 15-year-old to do that. Okay, let me get the black wax, you guys. I thought I had it. I don't. No. No. I said no. I'm done. Okay. So I have the black. I want to just kind of play. So I know you guys warned me the last few days, please don't take out the intensity of the color, but when you add colored wax, whether it be black or white, you almost get another color. And so when you're working with your artwork, any type of extra color or shading or texture is just...
Jennifer Brown over there on the tube, she says hello from Michigan.
Hello from Oklahoma. I'm so glad you're here.
Oklahoma.
That's where I am. I said hello from Oklahoma.
You're from, okay.
Yeah, there's some black. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start around the edge with the black right over the clear, and I'm just going to put a light shading here, and then I'm not really sure what else I'm going to do. I'm going to play. If I get too much, I'll use clear to erase it, and then I put the clear down first just to act as a border. Again, this is my inspiration. It's an image I had on Instagram. Beautiful artwork. I forgot the artist. But I'm just kind of using it as my style and getting my copper over here on the sides and my yellow and just kind of the style, okay? Hers are more kind of blob style, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do blob style. Beautiful blob style.
Monica Raina Mercer said beautiful work. Love black wax.
Thank you. Thank you. Me too, Monica. I'm just going to kind of go in a circular motion around the edges.
Shaz says lambing starts soon. Does that mean
Lambing? Does
that mean the lambs are having babies? I don't know.
I think that's what it does mean. I think I remember this conversation.
Like when you say a cow's getting ready to have a baby calf, you say they're calving.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm going over the edges with the dark. Right over the copper, and it looks so pretty. It gets in all of those grooves. Now I'm trying to look at it like a cabinet door right now. I'm not looking at it as a whole picture. So right now I see the huge canvas, whether it be 6 feet wide, 3 feet tall, but I'm looking at right now while I'm using the wax as an actual functional piece. And so I'm highlighting and shadowing the doors.
Susie Craig on YouTube says hello from Oregon.
Hi, I'm so glad you're here.
Pretty sure that's not how you say it, but
Nope.
that's how I say it.
Nope. So today is the 9th of December, which means
And
I only
Shasta-
have 21 days left. So I am on day 79 of my 100 lives in 100 days.
What?
79.
Shasta says yes. The mamas will be having the lambs.
So I'm antiquing these flowers a little bit. So don't panic, Matthew. You're such a panicker.
What am I gonna do?
Don't panic.
What am I gonna panic about this time?
Well, I'm taking the, I haven't dipped in any more wax, but I'm going over the flowers just a little bit.
Now, what is the purpose other than just?
Well, look at it. It's delicious.
No. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying so it helps dial it back and age
It
it.
helps
a
it
little
dial
bit.
it back. And also the wax picks up any raised edges and kind of grabs it. So there's even more texture, which I think is so beautiful. It's just, I just love texture. I love the colors. It adds and so what it does is because we framed this with the black, it makes the center of this panel pop out more. Matthew,
Makes it pop more. I got you.
you got me?
Yeah, no. I get it. I just didn't know if there's like a scientific term.
Scientific would be do the Dionne. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. I do.
It's actually pronounced Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon. Not Oregon. Oregon.
Okay, so I'm loving
Thank
that.
you, Susie, and we're glad to have you here.
So I've only put the clear here. So I'm going to work on this section again with the dark. I'm going to leave that with just the clear there. What I have to decide next is if we're going to add any wax. And I may need to let all of this dry. I may need to buff. I don't know.
Joanne says, I only missed one of the 79 days. Wow.
What? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're amazing.
Meg Griffin watching, she's on the books, the Facebooks.
Thank you.
Watching from New Orleans, actually outside New Orleans, but barely.
Okay, I'm glad you're here.
Chaz Conver, she says, it adds scrumptious dimension.
Scrumptious.
I like that. It's very scientific.
Scrumptious is very scientific.
I think so.
And I totally get it.
It kind of makes me hungry.
It's kind of the word that goes along with just a smidgen, which I use a lot. And remember, I'm looking at the actual piece of furniture rather than the design this time. Right now, I'm actually looking where the trim is and framing. So there's a little bit of lightness inside each door and drawer.
Got a lot of people popping on. Shinoa Lane.
Yeah, hi, Shanoa.
She said hi. Laura Maldonado.
Hi, Laura.
Moreno Mar. Says
Hello, Marina. So I put clear along the bottom. The Bohemian Blue will lighten up just a little bit, guys. I put quite a bit of clear wax on it because it's at the bottom. So I wanted to help, protect that bottom more. But right now I'm adding black. So even though it's very subtle, it makes the lightness inside each panel kind of pop forward a little bit. And then we'll go back in with the clear. So you can see the difference on this side. Can you tell it all, Matt?
Yeah,
The difference of this side?
Well, you can really tell on the screen the difference, the wax and the dark wax.
Okay, let me bring you closer.
From side to side, so you really can.
Let me bring you closer.
Rahoni Grant, my husband Tom and I have watched every night. We look forward to hanging out with the two of you and the tribe.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you and your husband are watching. That's awesome.
See how the shadowing of the black kind of highlights this. So it doesn't really take the intensity down, but it just kind of adds so much to it, you guys. And so, and I love the way the black goes over the copper. Gets in all these grooves. I don't know, you guys. Hopefully this doesn't sit here a long time. I'm hoping it's pretty enough to sell. I know it's a little bit wild. It's a little bit different for me, but I am always up for doing something a little different. Sometimes we get it and sometimes we don't.
Shanoa would like to, is the black chalk paint?
the black that I use to highlight the flowers is chalk paint. It's a little black dress. The black wax that I'm using is also DIY. I haven't used any acrylic on this at all. This has all been DIY with the mica colors blended with our regular colors. But yes, I am a little concerned that nobody's going to want to buy it only because it's different.
Might be a hard piece to place, maybe, is what you're saying. Is that kind of
Yeah, although sometimes those are the pieces that go the fastest. And I know you guys are on here right now because you like color. So I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of us that like colors. Let me move over here and go back in with the clear. I'm going to have to just kind of let that simmer and dry and do all of the things.
Lolly thinks it's going to be sold by Sunday.
Ooh, anybody else want to take a bet? Thank you, Lolly. I appreciate your confidence in me. That makes me feel good.
Thank you, Betty, for sharing. We always appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing, Betty, in your groups and on your pages and everything. So I think this would be fun printed on a mural or on wallpaper and someone hanging this large, bold print on their wall. What do you think?
I think it would go great as just like a statement piece in a room, you know? I mean, it's kind of almost a conversation piece, you know?
Well, Matthew, I hope you like it. We may have to keep it.
No, I do like it. It would probably go just about anywhere in our house. So
it'd be great in our bedroom when it's painted.
I mean,
wow.
Somebody's got to go buy the paint.
Sugar booger. I know. I got to decide on a paint color. Y'all heard that sugar booger, didn't you? All right.
Hello, Gavin. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Gavin. How you doing, buddy?
Susie Craig has a question. Says, Dionne, can you polycoat over top coat of wax?
No, you don't want to polycoat. Do not polycoat over wax. There's no reason to really do that. Wax needs to be last. So if you want to polycoat, then you can put wax over it. But there's no reason you wouldn't want to do that. Wax needs to be last. Because it causes a resistance. Wax is the sealer. So putting a poly over it, it could do all kinds of funky things to the finish. I wouldn't do that.
Aaron Norris says, lately I've been watching mostly replays, so glad I caught you.
Hi, Aaron.
Live. Hello.
Hi, Aaron. I'm glad you're here.
If you have any questions for me, just let me know.
And Aaron, I don't know if you found your wax, but we were at the store today and we have lots of clear wax. If you are looking for clear, we have a bunch of it at the store. So today, before I went live, I just added a little bit of black. So that's the only difference in what this looks like last night when we were finished.
Irma Rosales, it's amazing, but I still miss my stripes.
Aw.
Sorry, Irma.
They're under here.
They are there.
They're
we didn't
here.
get rid of them, that's for sure.
They're here. It changes the colors a little bit, you know, and I love that. All right, so this is the clear.
Thank you, Francesca Flores. She shared. Thank you.
Thank you, Francesca. All right. So,
Erin said she did get some.
oh, good. All right, so black. Again, I'm looking at it from a structural point when I'm adding in the black. So I'm actually going to hit the edges of the actual cabinet, and I'm not looking at the whole as the whole canvas for waxing. I'm looking at the frame of each door and each drawer.
Another quick question. We have several here. Susie Craig, thanks for answering a previous question. Another newbie question. Once you wax, can you change things?
Yeah, you just lightly sand it with the wax. Lightly sand it with a sanding sponge. Because occasionally I have to paint over a piece if it doesn't sell and I'm tired of looking at it, I will start over.
And then she was on YouTube. We have one on Facebook. Nancy Williams, does the wax have to be reapplied after years of using the piece?
You could do it once a year. You could do it once a year for really good durability and buff it real well. We have a piece that we've had for 3 years, and I have only waxed it since the original. I waxed it one time in 3 years after the original finish. That was just because it has a lamp sitting on it, and I kind of set have set things down on it before. So if it depends on how much usage it gets. If it were a top of a table that gets used a lot, I would do more than one coat of wax, and I would do that often, like definitely once a year.
Got some good questions here tonight.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I hope I can help.
Hope we can help. I mean, I am a question asker, and you are a question answerer.
If I know the answer, and I only answered based on what I've done, so it doesn't even mean it's right. It's just, it's my advice, because I only know what I know. You know what I mean?
Paulette Rangel says, I have 3 9 by 12 foot, 9 feet by 12 foot canvases just for that purpose. I just need a wall large enough to hang it on and paint it. Oh my goodness, those are huge.
There you go, girl.
9 feet by 12 feet.
A canvas
Holy
or
moly.
what? What is
Canvas.
it? A canvas?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Betsy Kelly Designs. What about cleaning products? Question mark. Only water? Question mark.
On this, like to clean this, I just dust. I don't use any cleaning products. After a piece is finished, I just use dusting, like a dusting cloth.
What if you got spilled a piece of, I don't know, what if you had some chili on it?
Chili?
Yeah, like chili with beans.
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I've never spilled anything on a piece of furniture.
I know you haven't. But the question
Well,
would
I don't
be,
know, baby.
do you think you would use just a damp cloth? Or would you still just keep it dry?
I would not.
What if, okay, here's a good one. What if
Oh my goodness.
your oldest son came in here, ate his lunch on top of it, and you didn't notice it for 3 days, but there was mustard and barbecue sauce all over it?
Oh my gosh.
How would you clean it?
I would hurt him first.
Would you hurt him before or after?
I
you
would
cleaned
hurt him
it?
before,
Okay.
because I know it's just paint. It's just furniture, and I can fix anything.
Just kind of curious. I mean, I would think you'd probably take just a damp, wet cloth,
Yeah.
and just
It may
kind
need to be refinished. It just depends on what it is and what's in the stuff that got on it.
of how hard you had to get it off, scrape to get it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just going in a circular motion, kind of around and.
BJ Schultz has a
Hi,
question.
BJ.
When you sell a piece, do you send the care instructions?
I do not. It's a good thing to do, though. It's a good thing to do if you're doing that. I know a lot of people type up cards and stick it in the drawer. Okay, so what I could do, guys, because I absolutely love the way the black looks, but I'm leaving the center of the panels a little bit brighter, so I'm not putting the black over them. What I need to decide is if I want any white. And I think what I'm going to do, nobody panic, I'm actually going to just put white up here first on the top part and see what I think. Who's with me? Is anybody screaming?
Not yet,
Are
but
they-
I think you're getting
I'm getting
close.
to where they might scream, no white!
Yeah, I think you're getting close.
Let's do it. Okay, white. White.
Claire Worley has a question. My husband built a shelf on the top ledge of my deck. The cats think it's a perch. Will the wax protect it from the weather?
If you are outside, I would definitely put something more strong over it, because wax for direct weather, I would not have. It's not going to be enough. Not if you get moisture and sun and things like that. For something outdoor, I would put something stronger on it for sure.
Derek says, give it a go.
Give it a go, says Derek. Let's
Yeah.
get some white up
He
here.
actually didn't say that, but I ad-libbed. He said, give it a try.
Give it a try. Let's do it. Not much.
He's in Canada, so he says, give it a try. Australians say,
Give it a go.
give it a go.
That's what we've learned from our friends. Ooh, yes.
Lolly says, if it's hard, use If it's hard to use, I put poly, then wax. Outdoors, I'd use an exterior poly. That's probably some good advice.
Mm-hmm. That is good advice.
Anything you put outdoors, doesn't matter what
Yeah.
you put on it, will.
Exterior poly is definitely the way to go.
It's the way to go, but eventually you're still going to have issues. That sun just does beat down on furniture.
Okay, so the reason I'm putting the white just right here is because I'm going to soften this, and it's really going to make the sides even more intense compared to the center, is what I'm hoping for. Yes? I can't read any comments, so I don't know.
Irma Rosadas.
Hi, Irma.
Do you clean the wax brushes? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
No.
Do you use different brushes for each wax? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
You don't have to say that's Mr. Woods. Yes, I use a different one. I have black, clear, and white. I use a different one, and I never, ever, ever have washed them, except someone washed mine in Waco. They went and washed my wax brush, but it was the first time it ever been waxed or been washed. All I do is I don't like any moisture in my wax brushes. And so I just rub it on the drop cloth when I'm done. And then when I go to use it, what you guys didn't see me do, when I grab my brushes, I get over here and I rub them along the drop cloth, soften it up, good to go. How do I store them? I store them on the shelf back there on that pegboard. There's a little shelf thing, and I just put them on there.
Does the wax dry when they're hanging on a shelf?
A little bit. But I've been literally using this since before Paint Pixie printed. Which one is it? Paint Pixie wasn't even printing their name on them yet. They were stickers. And so this has literally lasted me 2 years. No. The fridge you can put your brushes that have paint on them in the fridge. And you're welcome to put them in the refrigerator too. This is just what I've done. And so I have never done that before. Thank you, Robin Johnson. How you doing, girl? I'm so glad to see your name. I'm so glad to see your name. Okay, so I'm going to carry that white over here just a little bit. Oh, I just love it. Okay. I don't know. We might be close to being done, you guys. Because the whole thing is covered in clear. Then we've got black around, and then I was just putting some white up there to soften it. I'm going to do a little bit of white wax here in the flowers, but I may grab my clear brush and just pull it right back off. I don't know. I'm not sure this is going to make any difference, so there may be no point. Nope, you can't really see it. The only other place I'm thinking about putting it would be right down here at the bottom in the center, just like it is up at the top.
Sarah Marsh says, I don't need to wash my wax brushes. Hallelujah, I am happy. Sarah, are you going to make me sing
I never have. I mean,
the happy song?
She didn't actually say you had to do that.
She mentioned the word happy, though. Derek's liking the white wax.
Thank you, Derek. Happy. It's happy. He's happy. I'm happy. We're all happy. And if you're not, I hope that you will be by the time we're off of here.
I am happy. I'm happy. I don't know why I'm singing this song. I'm happy.
New podcast out tomorrow. That's right. Who is it tomorrow?
I don't know.
Is it Vicky?
I don't know. I know it's going to be a good one.
Oh, I know it is too. Is it Vicky? Kathleen comes out on Christmas Day. Tomorrow's the 10th. Oh my gosh. I record them so far ahead, you guys.
Yeah.
That I'm like, who is out tomorrow? I could look on my phone. I don't know if it's Vicky or Kathleen. My gosh.
You don't do anything.
I know,
I
right?
you
Like,
know.
why can't I not keep up with
Yeah.
that? I don't do anything, right?
Aaron Norris says, yay, podcast from a jam.
Oh my gosh. So good. So good. And You guys have been so good listening and downloading and supporting it. I'm so grateful to you. So yes, please follow with that podcast. Make my guests feel so welcome. I'm actually talked to my cousin today or yesterday, and she said she would come on. She was my photographer for my images, and she came over here and took pictures for the magazine, the first issue. And I said, hey, can I interview on the podcast? And she said, oh, when? I don't know if I can. Like, come on.
Well, Derek said if you can't remember, you'll find out tomorrow.
I'll find out tomorrow. Well, all I have to do is look at my phone, but I don't want to like shut you guys off just to look on my calendar because I have it on my calendar. But I'm just totally drawing like a blank on this system of like who comes before who, because I have 2 scheduled, but 3 are coming out in the next 3 Thursdays. Anyway, it's a good thing I write things down. I'm really good about writing notes down and calendar. So guys, I think I'm going to have to leave it right here. I love the white. I love this right here. This looks.
Are you gonna maybe put some hardware on?
Well, I could put the hardware on it, but I thought I would paint it first. So what I'll do is get the copper muscles. Beat that. Muscles. And so these are little starbursts. And this is the original hardware. I'm going to put it right back on there, but I want to enhance it with the copper.
So you're gonna put some copper on there? Is that what you
I'm going
said?
to put some copper in here.
Sarah Marsh, Dionne, will you sign this?
I always sign the back of my pieces before they ship, and I sign on the inside unless the drawer is black and I can't see it. It's really hard to write on it, but I do always sign it, Sarah, and I think everybody else should too. I treat it like my artwork. So see the difference? Now, you don't have to put wax over hardware if you're painting it with the copper or the gold or whatever. I mean, I can only speak for DIYs, but you see the difference? It's just enhanced quite a bit. Bada bing. So I'll do that with all of the hardware. I'll probably just lay it down on the table and then just slowly brush that over there. But guys, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. We're going to call it Confetti Sunrise. As soon as I can get the hardware finished in the sides and the top, I would say that I will probably have it done by maybe Saturday. Buff it, get it on the staging wall. Or I won't get it on the staging wall. Matt and the boys will do that because I'll need help for it. This one's a heavy girl. And then, yeah. Is there anything that you would like to see me do? Do you guys have any requests? Do you have something? Because we do have 21 more days. So is there anything else? We all have pieces that stump us up.
Yeah, Heather was having some issues, and Lolly and Lisa, they were all helping her out and trying to figure out what has gone on. So,
Oh, like a furniture piece?
yeah, it was a furniture piece. And
Can I help?
it was, they were talking, she had, it was DIY paint, and she waxed it, and she said it all looked good, and then it just kind of started fading on her.
Fading.
I think that is the gist of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Fading. Okay.
So there might have been something on the wood, possibly.
Yeah, if I can help though, let me know.
Yeah. Lolly was doing a great job, and Heather and everybody on there.
Well, there's lots of retailers on here.
Yep.
Michelle's a retailer too in Tulsa.
Lolly says, yes, a challenge.
Yeah, what would you guys like to see me do over the next 21 days?
Well, since we don't have any furniture at this point,
I don't have any furniture, but I will next week maybe.
it's going to probably have to be canvases the rest of the week, right? Of course,
Yeah.
I like it when you do canvases. I like it when you do your abstracts. I get to see stuff.
I know you like it, and I appreciate you for liking it. I could do the sides tomorrow, but I just feel like that's way too boring since I've already done this. I'm not doing flowers on the sides, but I am so happy with this. I'm dying to get it finished and get it on the wall. I mean, I'm not dying, but you know what I mean.
Nancy Williams, does DIY have a shelf life?
Absolutely. Well, there are no preservatives in it because it's all natural, but I can open up a jar that's probably, we moved in here when, babe? We moved in here 15 months ago, and some of that paint's still up there on that shelf because I never touched the paint up there. It's really just there for looks, but there is paint in it, and it's still liquidy, like it doesn't spoil or anything. But this room is a little different than I've always had it in the garage. I've kept it in the garage where it's not heated and cooled, but this room is heated and cooled. The only time I used to have trouble on a particular wall in our old garage, it would get warm in the summer, kind of dry up faster on me, but otherwise, I meant to say it doesn't have a shelf life, not that it does, because having a shelf life means that it expires, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really. I don't have any problem with that, but I also go through a lot of paint really fast. So I meant to say that it doesn't have a shelf life. I said it backwards.
Shaz would like to see you do a large canvas.
Like bigger than 5 feet?
I don't know.
I've never done one bigger than 5 feet.
Carrie G, Dionne, how about can you try a winter scene on canvas?
You know what? I did a bridge one year. I did a snow-covered wooden bridge, and that with trees. That was a lot of fun. So maybe this weekend or something, we need to do some sort of winter scene. I could.
Kathy Cooper, can you add water to reactivate old paint?
Yeah, I do it all the time. Put it in the jars, let it sit there, get up in the morning, whatever, and start stirring it. Debbie has mentioned putting it in the blender before with water, but then your blender's ruined, so you kind of need a blender just for that. You wouldn't want to, mix food in there, but. So we're doing the hardware right now together, guys. Of course, I haven't opened all these drawers, so this is not all of them. Does anybody have any questions about subscriptions to the journal? That's another thing I'm getting a lot of emails about, people wanting to make sure they have their subscription for issue 2. If you have any questions about that, you can subscribe at the turquoiseirisjournal.com. We have closed our features. Did everybody see the announcement about who's being featured? Did everybody see that whole list? We were live on Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Central Time, and we revealed almost everybody that's going in the magazine. So excited. Thank you, Sarah. Oh no, I'm wrong. They are both still there. Deanna, I just bought an antique wash stand. Just seeing if anybody has any questions. You can, if it's DIY paint. Yes.
Lisa Dixon, when does the January issue come out?
The January issue comes out January 15th. You can still actually get October's issue if you go on there and purchase it now. You can actually get that issue. But I think December 31st, or is it December 15th? I can't remember. It's coming up though. It's the last time for you to get the first issue. Or actually, that's not true. You can subscribe and then you'll get the next upcoming issue. Or you can, what we'll do when you can no longer buy the first issue, we'll just put it as a purchase item. You can go in there, put it in your cart, load it, pay for it, and get the first issue.
Several questions here, Dionne.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lolly would like to know what the word was for the journal.
The word is arise. Our focus word is arise. Is your journal hard copy or digital? Laura, it is a digital magazine, so everybody in the entire world can get it. Also, because we have a lot of clickable links, we have people that are submitting tutorials that can teach you, and you can't do that in a paper magazine. So digital is definitely the way to go. That's the way the direction everybody's going. I wanted to be able, of course, we can't ship it to all over the world, so.
Shana Lane, where is a good place to look for online classes on blending, etc.?
Where's a good place to go? If you go to the Turquoise Iris, you can go click on tutorials. I have 5 tutorials that teach you how to blend. They're $20 each. And as soon as you pay for it, you get an email with the clicks, with the links. But blending is kind of where I started 10 years ago. I've been working on that ever since. So I have a few. And then also, Shanoa, in my Creative Connection, there are 3.5 years of library full of tutorials. And since I blend on every single piece I do, that's probably the best place to. And that's a monthly subscription in my Creative Connection membership.
Brooke Barber Collins. What is the difference in the journal, the Creative Connections group, the podcast, the paid YouTube? Where are more tutorials?
All of those places. The reason we have a YouTube group is because some people are only on YouTube and not on Facebook. So we just did a small YouTube group there for people that don't want to be on Facebook or don't have an account. The journal is all about all kinds of different creatives of different genres. It's focused on life, paint, color, home, and we have 15 different artists that we feature inside of the journal. It's brand new. The podcast are all of those same people talking about their story. So I invite everybody that's featured in the journal onto the podcast and interview them. So that's just another way for you guys to get to know them and for them to get to share their stories because they're such inspiring people. My Creative Connection is on Facebook only. It's 3.5 years worth of a library of all of my content still right there for you. And I have new content that I add twice weekly, new tutorials, but it's a membership group. So you pay every single month. It's $37. Again, I opened it in 2017. So you can type in blending and all of the things. You can type in Facebook Lives and all of the things. There's so much information there. So I try to have a little bit for everybody in a different market. So I don't know if that makes sense, but anything that you need, we can help you with. You can get on the waiting list for the Creative Connection. I believe Michelle just posted it.
She did.
So what that does, as long as you're on my mailing list, you will be updated with all my color recipes. And then when I go open up the group on Facebook, you go in there, you put it in your cart, you sign, and then we invite you to the group, and then you're in there. We do heart talks, we do page reviews, we talk about, I do a monthly tutorial every single month on something different. I do paint challenges. It's a lot of fun, but it's definitely a lot more than just a paint group. It's we focus on the whole creative self. There's some talk about we talk about our feelings sometimes. I'm not going to lie. We talk about that because as a creative, it's really hard sometimes to be creative when our heart's heavy or things are weighing us down. So we talk about that too.
So as far as the waiting list, it's just a way for them to put their name so they can get an email
So
saying that it's open.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're automatically in the group because you're on the waiting list. What that means is I'll send you an email a couple of days before, and then when we're actually open and says, okay, click here, girlfriend, you're in. We have some gentlemen as well. One of the gentlemen has been in for over 2 years. So there's a little bit for everybody. Hope that there will be tears, but good tears. Yeah. Sometimes I'm pretty vulnerable there. Much more vulnerable even than what I am here. So it's what I pour my heart and soul into. So anyway, I can't believe this is my 12th month belonging to the Creative Connection. It has been the highlight of my year, and I can't get enough. Marlene, I appreciate you saying that so much. And Gail Seaman is in there. Lolly Lolly's in there. Lots of people on here. Okay, Paulette says, it is a painted canvas edges turned under and glued any size and shape, and they last forever. I would like to see one done before I try it. Gotcha. All right, I guess if that's it, no more questions, I will sign off. Thanks for hanging out with me for Confetti Sunrise. I'm very happy with it. I wonder how we're going to stage it. That's another thing.
Ooh.
I know, Lolly. It's okay. Ooh, the staging.
I think that painting right there behind you would probably.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot going on. He says this painting right here behind me, it's a 4-foot painting. Okay, everybody, have a great night. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll wait till 8:30, but we'll see. I might be on just a little bit early. So make sure you turn on your notifications if you want to hang out tomorrow. You'll get a little ding. The Turquoise Iris is live. All right, everybody, have a great evening, and even more so, have a great Thursday. I keep hearing it'll be what you make it to be, right? So let's make it a good one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.